Hey everyone, welcome to the We Like Wrestling podcast. I'm Jared. I'm here with the whole gang. Justin.
Hey.
Joe.
Yo.
John.
What's up, everybody?
Real quick, huge thank you to our 2023 sponsors, Rise Up Nutrition, Say Cheese, Nitro Bar. They're going to be with us for the whole year. If you're in the West Reading area, stop by Penn Ave. They're all on that strip there. Great food, great drinks. It's a good time. We missed a week, but that's all right because we're back and ready to talk some shit.
About?
Meltzer.
Okay.
This was Wrestling Observer Awards.
To the end of February, the 2023, which is technically 2022, awards comes out. It comes out in 23, but they're the awards for 2022.
They're fan voted, apparently.
Not fans. People who read, their magazine reader voted. Let's call it that. They're not fans.
The Wrestling Observer
fans.
is an after rag.
Fans, no.
No?
Meltzer. We just said Meltzer.
Well, I know they were his magazine. I thought he just wrote for him.
What?
He doesn't own the magazine, does he? He just writes for it.
Meltzer?
Yeah.
PWI is
Meltzer?
No.
Oh,
Observer.
yeah.
Observer is
a completely different magazine.
I know, but I mean, he just owns it or he just writes for it? I just thought he wrote for it.
No.
Oh.
He owns and writes it.
Okay, I just thought he wrote. I didn't know he was the owner.
Apter is PWI, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's a writer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you did your research about today. Glad we're on the same page.
There's some I can agree with.
Some.
There's some that are...
It's very heavily favored to one company. It seemed to me.
Well,
Anyway.
it's heavily favored against one company,
Well,
seems
that-
like. So what
It's not
are
entirely true, but
the awards for?
there's tons of awards.
I know Raw got shit on for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, why wouldn't it? It doesn't. They don't run in the Tokyo Dome. They don't run in Japan or in small bingo halls or
On TNT.
in front of nobody that can't even put people in the bleachers. They have to only have them on the floor. Look, I don't give a fuck how many fans you draw. If your wrestling's good, your wrestling's good. But just because it's on Raw, it can't be good. That's
you actually, more than any of us at this table, could actually speak to that a little more because for the longest time you didn't watch Raw.
I did not. No, I still don't.
It was only recently that you still. I mean, you don't maybe watch it every week, but
Yeah.
there's things that will make you tune in every now
I
and
definitely
then.
haven't watched a full episode, like straight beginning to end. I can't do that.
So I mean, you could kind of like I said, speak more to that, like that.
Yeah, to give Raw the worst show in 2022 when it definitely got better. That's a little ridiculous. You know, Rampage is on TV, right?
Yeah.
Come on,
Well, and even ROH, like they had.
they're not on TV. We're talking about the TV
Okay.
show. So NXT is on TV though.
Impact?
NXT 2.0 is on TV. Impact is not on TV though.
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Yeah, they still
Where?
have a cable deal.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And Raw's been on the air 30 years. To be an unscripted show to run 30 years, that's kind of hard to fucking...
Yeah.
Especially
every week.
especially with Triple H, for the ass end of 22, I mean, he brought that back to relevancy.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%,
So we'll start with the booker and the promoter of the year.
Yeah, no. Tony Khan, no.
Tony Khan for booker and promoter.
No. I'm sorry. I like Tony Khan and everything, but, you watch that media scrum, and he sits there like a little bitch boy.
I think as promoter of the year, maybe, because what promoters are out there anymore?
Yeah.
What's a promoter? Is Tony Khan even a promoter? What's a promoter in these day and age? I mean, everybody's their own promoter. Everybody's promoting everything. So,
But Booker,
fuck no. Come on.
AEW has been getting a little weird lately with... we were just talking about all the 4-way tag matches that are happening, and
Yeah.
almost every match at the pay-per-view has a stipulation.
Yeah. And you give away so much for free. We were just talking about how the Face of the Revolution, which is a ladder match named after a pay-per-view, isn't taking place on the pay-per-view, and the winner of the match isn't getting a match on the pay-per-view. So what the fuck are you the face of? You're the face of Dynamite.
Or why didn't you have that match on the pay-per-view?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Or hell, you could even had it as the kickoff show because, I mean, still technically it's on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, Booker, maybe Japan.
I mean, no. I mean, what's a booker anymore either? You know, like WWE doesn't have bookers. You say, like, Hunter is the booker? Not really. They have writers.
Yeah.
You know?
He's in charge of creative, I guess.
Yeah. Then I'd say it's got to be him because he turned around a product that was pretty much shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think Japan has been consistent.
Yeah.
I don't know how their company runs though, so I don't know much about that. But worst feud of the year, I think, is a little weird. Miz and Dexter Lumis. I thought that started off pretty good.
And then it just kind of went nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bray and LA Knight was worse.
Yeah.
That had no heat starting.
That was this year, though, wasn't it?
No, it's part of here.
Oh.
They got number 3.
Well, it started at the end and then ended at Rumble.
Yeah.
So it's like the S end of 22.
Yeah. Did it end at Rumble though? Are they still doing it or no?
No, because
I
he's
haven't
on now
watched.
to him and Lashley.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Again, for no reason. Just
Well,
Yeah, it's very.
Do the muscle man dance.
I guess Brock didn't want to work with Bray.
I do like most disgusting promotional tactic. Vince McMahon appearing on television for a crowd pop after sexual misconduct allegations came out.
I thought that was funny, too.
It's a good one. Ric Flair's last match, though, was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Parading an old man out there. And we all know it's not his last match. There's no possibility. Unless he dies anytime soon, it's not his last match.
Who also bladed in that match.
He's going to die in the ring.
But speaking of Flair, it was something I thought of. Are you guys like sick of this shit? Like with even Sasha Banks, Mercedes Maroon, come in and you win a belt right away. Like that's such shit. Like that's a slap in the face to everybody else that works all year long. You come in, you have one goddamn match, and you're the champ.
I mean, it's the same thing that AEW did, though, where it's getting eyes on the product.
I could see like like if it was a case of like in Charlotte's case, like
Here's the thing.
her and Ronda had something going on. She was injured, comes back. Okay, I can like it's picking up. I did something to you because you injured me. All right, I can live with that. But like, it's almost like, oh well, you're not doing a good enough job. We got to put the belt on her. You know what I mean?
The thing is, it was in front of the LA crowd. So this happened in America. Now, let's see where they go with it. When they go back to Japan, she drops it, and it was just for that big American pop. They're also trying to get eyes.
I thought that was in Japan. I didn't realize
No,
it was
in
okay.
LA. Yeah. Now, when they go back, they drop it back, and it was so we know that it's for the big American pop. They're trying to get a bigger presence in America.
Yeah.
Putting the belt on an American is a big deal.
That makes sense.
Especially when they're starting out their new female division. They're trying to make the Stardom thing a big deal. So
because I was saying, because it's not like Kari's not a known name from over here. You know what I mean? Like
no, I think it was fine for now. Let's see where it goes. Now, if she goes and becomes this huge long reign and dominates everybody through Japan, then it's like okay. So you're just putting down all your own talent.
That's what I'm afraid of too. And the whole thing, like with Charlotte too, like like
that's a completely different.
Why couldn't Natalia take the belt?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I can't put those two in the same. The Charlotte thing's fucking ridiculous. She comes back from an injury and just goes right to it.
Yeah, like
or for a boob job or whatever she had this time.
I mean, I'd much rather have Charlotte than Ronda, but
I don't know why you guys shit on Ronda so much.
Well, and like you could have did that differently too. Like, okay, Charlotte came out, she challenged her. Shayna could have interfered, and you could have pushed that match to, like, at least the Rumble or something, and have Charlotte wrestle one or two more times on SmackDown before the Rumble. You know what I mean? Like, then that way you kind of, okay, well, she kind of somewhat earned it.
Yeah. Most overrated.
who do they have?
Ronda. But most underrated. This is pretty cool. Takeshita.
Cool. Yeah.
take a shit.
Take a shit.
Yeah,
as MJF.
yeah. How do you say his-
He's actually really
Takeshi.
good. I had never really seen or heard of him until AEW.
Yeah, we saw him
but
in
he's-
Philly.
He did that. He did well in the ladder match.
I like that Chad
Yeah.
Gable got number 2 though.
Chad Gate, they're
And he
really,
is so underrated. Yes.
yeah, they're really trying to get like even that Otis thing that they're doing with the models now. They're pushing
Speaking
Gable
of-
away.
Worst gimmick is the male models,
Yeah, yeah.
That is so stupid.
followed by Uncle Howdy and Kip Sabian, which I think Kip
Kip?
Sabian was an amazing gimmick.
I mean the forgotten.
Someone doesn't fucking get it if they're saying he's the third worst.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
Yeah. That.
Best gimmick. Number 3 acclaimed. I'm sorry, number 3 Danhausen. Number 2 acclaimed. Who got number 1?
Best gimmick.
Sami Zayn.
Really
Really? Wow.
cool. That's awesome.
I didn't see all of them, so that's awesome. Yeah. Sammy Uso.
So
Sammy Uso thing.
I read something that said Triple H's plans with Sammy have changed
I don't believe any of it. Fuck it.
because of how over he is, I guess. But
I don't believe any of it.
I feel like Triple H was pretty high on Sammy
Plans
anyway.
change, pal. So, worst promotion. This is what I wanted to... WWE, worst promotion.
No,
no.
Control your narrative exists.
does
or
it?
existed. NWA. And those don't win worst promotion. I'm sorry, it's rigged. You have brainwashed people that read your magazine.
What do you mean? The NWA champion had a Super Bowl commercial.
He did. Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Seeing that belt on.
not with him though. But
Raw didn't have a Super Bowl commercial.
I don't think WWE was the worst.
No, not by far.
No.
Come on. Ian Rotten's still running shows somewhere.
Again, Impact. Look, Impact hasn't been making headway lately.
They have a good show. They have a good product. It's just it's a niche audience that's still watching it.
And
Unfortunately.
it's on a channel that not a lot of people get, you know.
Yeah.
You cannot say that about WWE because it's still visually the most seen wrestling product out there. AEW would be a close second, but I mean, you ask the average fan, name a wrestling company, it's probably going to be WWE.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. If people say, "What's your son into?" and I say wrestling, they're like, "Oh, he likes that WWE stuff."
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
But it wasn't the worst.
Worst match of the year was Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon. That's bullshit.
I
Because
enjoyed
of
that.
what that was. It wasn't like
It wasn't a
You
match. but
you don't get what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm actually surprised people didn't pick Sammy and Knoxville.
Well, that was entertaining too.
Yeah. I mean,
But with how the voting
Well, that was
was on
supposed
this,
to be a car crash jackass style thing.
Yeah, I gotta believe that
so what were the other ones that were on?
that he doesn't put over Pat McAfee. Like his fan base must hate Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Oh, the other ones was the Flair match and Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi.
yeah, that was a botch fest.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I do.
SummerSlam.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think so. And not their fault, you know. I mean, they just had a couple things that went wrong, and you know, it happens in matches. Sometimes one thing goes wrong, and it just kind of goes off the rails from there.
Raw being voted the worst television show
Yeah.
when
it was-
NXT 2.0 is the thing.
Yeah. No.
I
And
will say
again,
NXT got better, but it's still not
don't know.
black
I mean,
and gold.
we're all diehard wrestling fans, and we don't watch it.
I do not. I haven't watched NXT at all.
I watch it now and then, and it's mostly because I forget that it's on Tuesday nights.
I didn't watch it when you guys watched it. Like, I didn't see the Sami Zayn era, Seth Rollins, all that stuff. I didn't watch.
Yeah.
My era was Aleister Black and Ricochet and
What I think
Adam Cole, like that. And then when they all left, I stopped watching it.
What I think initially hurt NXT when it first went to television was the fact that it was on for an hour, and then the good shit that you wanted to see was on the network. So if you didn't have the network, you didn't get to see like the Adam Cole and all that stuff because they put that in the second hour. So I mean, most people probably just stopped watching from that point.
I saw in there that spoiler alert, the best tag team. One of them was a little upset that they didn't get recognition from their company.
I was actually just started listening to a show. I think you're. Wait, what are you referring to?
FTR.
Okay, so he wasn't upset about that one. He was upset that when they announced who Feud of the Year was, they specifically congratulated Mark and Jay Briscoe, or the Briscoes, when they can't have a feud with themselves.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to acknowledge the best tag team. That's fine, but feud can't happen by yourself.
Right.
But and then he said, I think I did a little boo-boo face and got my feelings hurt, and then he retracted it and he said, yeah, I get it, because you don't know if we're going to sign. Why promote us if you don't know if we're going to sign yet? This is the one more month.
Yeah.
We're in March. One more month, and FTR will know what they're doing. They could show up this week on Revolution at Revolution. But yeah, we have 1 month to find out where FTR will be.
And it seems like they're actually taking the time to rest and think.
But they weren't voted Tag Team of the Year. How could they not have been?
Who?
FTR.
No, what they were voted for Feud of the Year with Briscoes, and then AEW. I guess, did they show a graphic or did they just say it?
I don't know. So
I think they just said it, like, congratulations to the Briscoes on winning Feud of the Year in the Wrestling Observer, and that's when he was like, "Well, they can't again. They can't."
But again, they're still signed to your company for.
They are, but they're not on TV, and the reason for it. I listen to Dax's show, and the reason for it is they're getting healthy, they're relaxing, they're resting,
right? Yeah,
and then they're gonna say what in April what they're gonna be doing,
right? But you would think you would still say, because they were your tag champs at one time.
But I
guess
guess
the hottest thing in tag
they are,
wrestling.
and you can promote. Okay, we made, quote unquote, we made them the best team of the year, and we made this Feud of the Year. So I don't know. Yeah. They were, though. They were the best team of the year.
Oh, hell yeah.
They were,
without a doubt.
They were team of the year.
How do you hold 4 tag team
Briscoes-
titles and not be the team of the year?
Briscoes were number 2 and Bucks were number 3.
Acclaim's not on that list.
Or Usos, man.
Yeah, well, you got to remember who you're talking about.
Yeah. True.
But the Acclaimed were hot.
Yeah.
So, match of the year happened at the Tokyo Dome. Okada and Ospreay. They were actually had 2 matches voted in the top 3. The other one is FTR and the Briscoes.
I've seen a lot of that stuff because New Japan comes on after Impact on Thursdays, and they play a lot of the G1 and all that stuff, and some
G1
awesome
Climax?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Most outstanding wrestler, Will Ospreay.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
He's
he also
pretty
got
great.
Maneuver of the Year. The Hidden Blade.
Is that the suplex thing or the?
No, Hidden Blade's
the
the running. Yeah.
That suplex thing he does is fucking wicked too.
Yeah.
I love that.
Who were the other 2 outstanding?
Okada and Bryan. Best interviews.
MJF.
MJF, Moxley, and Punk. Well, when you just go into business for yourself, shooting on your own company and your boss that's sitting right next to you, I guess you win.
I mean,
And you acknowledge, and in your shoot interview, you acknowledge Dave Meltzer sitting right there. I guess you get put on there.
How can you not vote MJF? Man's great on the mic at everything.
And him and his fiance really did break
But see,
up.
they're calling it interviews. What's
Do
an
they-
interview
do they
versus
mean
a promo?
promo?
Yeah, like an interview, someone has to be with you, talking to you, asking you questions.
Yeah.
A promo, you're cutting in the ring. Yeah, that's a weird way to phrase that.
I mean, do they mean, because remember MJF when he won the title at the press conference, he just kind of came in, did his own thing, and I guess would that be an interview because it's press?
So
Well, he also has like an interview with CBB.
Yeah, that's a while ago though, a couple of years ago.
there is one thing on here that they surprisingly let in. Biggest box office draw is Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Can't deny that shit. Come on.
Hell no.
Next is John Cena. I don't know how. Unless they actually mean box office as in like movie ticket prices. And third is CM Punk.
Jesus.
Or maybe they just mean like if they announce that Cena's going to be on the card, like they see us said in Epic and
I mean, yeah, he did show up at the end of 22. I don't know. But Roman is definitely...
Roman makes, yeah.
Oh,
of
yeah,
course.
definitely.
Most improved was the Acclaimed.
Nice.
most improved.
Well, from where they were in 2021.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Who else was on there?
Hater and somebody I don't know. Shirakawa.
That's
That one
Japan.
I don't know. Yeah.
And Hater makes sense, too, because she started out low on the card. Now, look, she's the champ.
She was the backdrop of Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Most charismatic, MJF, followed by Zayn and Roman.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I could see
Yeah.
that, yeah.
The Bruiser Brody Award, Best Brawler,
Moxley.
Mox.
Yeah.
The Bryan Danielson Award, Best Technical Wrestler. Who won the Bryan Danielson Award?
Well, it has to be Bryan Danielson, right?
Bryan Danielson. He won his
Bryan
own damn
Danielson
award.
won the Bryan Danielson
Who was
Award.
Makes
second?
sense.
Saber and Garcia.
Garcia, nice. See, for some reason, when I hear Zack Sabre, I don't think of technical. I don't know why. I think of Osprey. Like,
Osprey is much more flying around.
that's
than
what I
Ring.
think of Sabre. But
No.
because I've never seen a Sabre match. But for some reason, that just draws
New
me
Japan,
to...
he's very ground based.
Yeah,
He was
no,
in that
not at all.
Cruiserweight Classic, I think.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was in the
I don't know how long he
yeah.
was in the tournament for, but he was
No,
in it.
yeah, very, very much the William Regal style type English wrestler. You know, a modern version, obviously, but
Kind of like TJP.
nope,
Because TJP,
Not at
I feel
all.
like, is technical.
no. I mean, yes, but not as much. Weekly show Dynamite beats out SmackDown. How Raw?
I don't know how.
Raw isn't even on here. Dynamite, SmackDown, Rampage. How Rampage?
I think
Who the fuck
SmackDown,
watches Rampage?
SmackDown should be number one. I mean,
Eh.
you have Roman, you have Sammy, you have... all the main storylines were on SmackDown.
At least, hopefully, Raw wasn't less than like Dark and Elevation or.
Well, they're not on TV.
That's what I mean. If they're less than that, then
They can't even be counted. But yeah, yeah, not in the top three. That's a little.
Rampage on that list is just weird.
Yeah,
Fucking
come on.
announcer.
nobody I know is home on a Friday night to watch it.
Yeah, and they constantly change the time it's on. This week it's on at 11. This week it's on at 9. Who knows?
That's because
Don't they give it away? Don't the results at the bottom of the screen on?
No,
Oh, that's the dark. Okay, that's
Dark
dark.
and
result.
Elevate.
Well, that's just basketball's on too. Unfortunately, they're on
Yeah.
a channel.
March
that-
Madness is starting soon. That shit's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be getting bounced around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's just skip to Wrestler of the Year. I don't know if I agree with this, but Moxley wins Wrestler of the Year.
No, Roman.
No.
Yeah.
Roman, yeah. Definitely
It's Roman in the top three at least.
Roman's number 2. Ospreay is number 3.
Do they say Mox because of his loyalty?
But that's not what this is about. It's
But
about
yeah.
Wrestler of the Year. Who
Yeah.
has performed the best? Who might go? I don't really want to see that, and then, oh, you know what? I kind of want to see that now.
I mean, Sammy on that list wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Not
He
Cardona.
didn't
He was
have
really
a
hot.
ton of wrestling though. Yeah, Cardona's not anywhere on this list. Indie guys aren't really anywhere on this list. They're all working for big promotions.
Yeah. How the hell do you not say that?
Cardona
Roman,
was.
he
He really
main
made
evented-
himself a star.
Yeah.
Every premium live event for WWE.
Well,
It just goes to show you that you got to understand. Here's how you have to picture this. There are 100 fans that watch wrestling. Okay, now let's say 25 of those read Meltzer's magazine.
Right.
Okay, so that's only 25% of the audience. But now those 25 are voting on this, so it makes it look like everybody feels this
Right,
way, but
yeah.
it's not. Probably is less than 25% of the fan base, honestly. But it's a percentage of a percentage.
And
And
I
who was how
mean,
many times they were allowed to vote?
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know how it
not
works.
only that,
No, I think it's still physical. I think you literally get a thing in the mail, you fill it out and mail it back to him.
but
Oh, really? Wow.
My friend at the hospital, he still gets them. Physical media of this magazine, this rag, whatever you want to call it. It comes to his house once a month or whatever it is, however long. I guess it's probably more than once a month. But he gets it, and it's in the mail. I guess there is a way to get it on digitally, I guess now. But
But the thing of it is, like you just said, like, okay, so you got these 25 people, but how much is those numbers manipulated too? Like we've
Yeah.
heard like them say in the past, like those fan voted matches and shit. Like,
Yeah.
no, we can manipulate it if we really
course.
want to.
Yeah.
So
Who knows?
you
We
know,
don't
you sent in and say you voted a lot of WWE stuff. He sent in AEW and stuff. They didn't really count yours, but they counted.
Yeah,
his.
I don't know.
But as far as you know, yours was counted. You know what I mean? So I mean,
Wrestling's an art form. It's all opinionated, you know.
and obviously Meltzer has his opinion. He's never
There's no-
been a WWE guy.
It surprises me that it's that skewed away from WWE, because like we said though, WWE is professional wrestling.
It's not sports entertainment.
When you say wrestling, it's WWE.
Wrestling isn't wrestling,
but,
buddy.
Like
WWE is so New Japan is a wrestling show. Okay? WWE or Raw is a TV show about how wrestling gets made. That's always how I've seen that comparison. I heard it
Yeah.
once a long time ago, and it makes a lot of fucking sense.
If you actually watch a lot of New Japan, I agree with you.
I feel
Yeah.
like WWE loyal fans are. There's more of them than indie. You know,
If AEW goes, okay, this week we're going to have Orange Cassidy versus Wardlow. They don't have to give you a whole backstage story about Wardlow barging in or, oh, he accidentally knocked his coffee out of his hand. You know?
Shampoo
so now he's
commercial.
pissed off. It's so, like, WWE has to have, everybody has a reason to wrestle. Now, they're not. Cody Rhodes just wrestled Chad Gable. No fucking reason. Had a great match. In fact, that was something that you noticed right away when Hunter took over. You had wrestling matches for the sake of wrestling matches. That's it. You did not have to have, like they used to do. I always go back to, was it Jericho and Kane? He accidentally knocked his coffee out of his hand because Kane drinks coffee a bunch.
Yeah.
And that
Through his
led to a
mask.
feud and a match. Stupid. Why? You don't need that shit. But that's how Raw is a show about how a wrestling show gets made. Because they always have to do the backstage shit.
And I look at it like we're all WWE fans because we've been WWE fans for so long. If I never watched wrestling before in my life and I turn on WWE now, would I be a fan? Like if I just started watching wrestling now and watch WWE, would I be a fan or I'd be like, what is this crap? But because I've been watching since I'm 5 years old, there's like a loyalty to it.
I think it's easier nowadays to get kids into it
Yes.
than anything.
And because I guess because my son is into it, I
Because there's
see it through
bright
his
colors.
eyes.
There's bright colors. There's a lot of things going on. I always realize, like, I don't like movies. But then somebody will ask me, how can you watch a whole wrestling pay-per-view? Well, because they're telling small stories. Movie, I've got to follow every action throughout the whole thing
For 2
to get to
hours
the
of it.
climax. Wrestling gives me 15 minutes, a new climax. Okay, we're going. There's a different story being told. It's like Robot Chicken. You know, it's one show, but there's 15 different things going on in that show.
I love Robot Chicken.
Yeah, so do I. And with wrestling too, like you said, short stories. If there's a story you don't like, you just don't pay attention for that 15 minutes.
Go take a shit. Who cares?
Take a shit out.
I was like if I put on Raw and New Japan and it's a 30-minute match between Okada and Ospreay or a Raw match where, you know, Cody and Gable, like we said, he's going to want to watch Raw.
That's tough though, because you're talking about, well,
Only because,
How
like you said,
about-
because he doesn't know these guys and he doesn't get the art of the wrestling.
yeah.
He needs why are they fighting? What's this about? What's the feud? What's the story?
WWE looks better to a kid because
Yeah.
of the presentation. It doesn't look small. It doesn't look gritty.
And for a kid's
AEW
attention span, they need that.
Yeah.
10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
AEW tried to go, okay, we want to look big, but we also want to look small and gritty. Well, now you look small and gritty when I saw a picture online of last night's crowd and no one's sitting in the elevated seats. Everyone's on the floor.
Right.
There's no one up top in the elevated seats because they didn't sell those tickets.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and when we go to Philly, we don't see that at all because Philadelphia is a hot fucking crowd. The thing's going to sell out every time.
Do you think
It's a wrestling town.
Yeah.
Do you think it changed because of the production and the setup? Like, So
do you
AEW was different, right? They had the tunnels. It was like an
Yeah.
indie show. Now they have the big LED boards. Now they're trying to be bigger than.
But you also have to grow.
Because they'll probably put all that shit in because they realize that we have no kids watching. How do you get kids watching?
And
You need big lights,
well, apparently,
sparkles.
Apparently, Warner
pyro.
Brothers though have been.
and to me, like, how do you vote Moxley Wrestler of the Year over Roman? Roman, everybody's talking about. He
Well,
just
that's
did,
Seth. Seth wasn't on that
He did-
anywhere on that list for anything.
yeah, and Roman just did like the Tonight Show, and it wasn't promoting like, oh, he's going to be in a movie or anything. He was promoting. What was their last thing that they just had?
Elimination
Sam.
Chamber?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't see it.
yeah.
Roman was on Logan Paul's show, and that was
okay.
shoot. That wasn't in character. That was Roman. That was what's his name? Whatever his real name is.
Joe.
N-O-Y.
Yeah.
But Roman has been everywhere.
And
So-
again, he's the name. If you say, who's that wrestler now? Most people are probably going to say, oh, that Roman Reigns guy. You know, he looks like.
Maybe the only thing I can see is he didn't wrestle a lot. He didn't have many matches,
That makes it. That's the point.
and Mox.
Neither did
like,
Andre.
Like we were saying, Mox bleeds.
But you paid to see Andre.
Yeah, that
Pay to see Roman.
in his heyday, Andre was like the big draw. Everybody wanted Andre, and he would only come in for like a week shot.
I mean, I'm a mark for hardcore blood, whatever. But
Only 30 years ago, we had main events of Tony the Clown versus Jobber number 2 on Raw. You know, having these fucking miraculous matches on Raw is something that is fairly new. It didn't start happening till the Attitude Era. So wrestling wasn't always this way. Even on 605 TBS or whatever, you didn't have Ric Flair wasn't wrestling Dusty every week.
And what did you used to always say? There's something you used to always say. Less is more. If you
Yeah.
don't see it every week, like with Roman,
Special.
he doesn't wrestle every week. Maybe he'll come out, he'll do an
Because
interview.
when he's not
but
there
when he's
for-
on that pay per view, you
But
want
when-
to see that shit because I want to see that motherfucker lose that belt.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. That's what did people watch Elimination Chamber? How many people did we say, well, there's no way Sammy's winning. But watching that
There
match,
might
there's like
be.
a little bit of you that were like, oh shit, this might be it.
Yep,
That match brought me a
that sucked
feeling
me in
inside.
real good. Yes. I watched it.
No
Again
matter
recently,
how much
too.
I thought, there's no fucking way. No matter how much you think you know the inner workings of what WWE or any wrestling program is, there's no fucking way they're doing that. There's no way Sami Zayn's gonna win. Oh wait, listen to that fucking pop, man. Listen to this crowd. They gotta put the belt on him.
That match was so awesome. Roman playing to Sammy's wife in the crowd.
Oh, yeah,
like
that was
I
great.
loved him. I wanted to make him part of my family.
I
That
wanted
was
to make you
awesome.
in my family. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. Even Amber acknowledged it.
but even with me lately, I've been being around you guys. I've learned to think about different scenarios and dissect it a little bit. So I can't look at a match and be like, oh yeah, they're definitely winning. When I can see this winning and going this way. And,
So speaking of predicting of who's winning, let's get to the Revolution card.
all right,
I
nice
wish
segue.
I wish I still had my. I used to go to house shows in the old Hamburg Field House, and
It's not the old,
Hershey.
it's still the same field house. It's the exact same.
and
All the pictures from 1942 are the same chairs.
I used to have programs, and inside would be the card. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the main event was like for the tag team championship. That was your main event.
Because titles meant something then.
Yeah.
It didn't
I mean,
matter.
you didn't get Hogan at every house show. You
But
didn't-
seeing any champion, tag team titles were a main thing.
Yeah.
If you had a belt, it didn't matter what belt. If you had a belt, we're seeing a champion tonight.
Yeah.
And that championship could change hands. You could go 3 months watching a show and see every champion every night.
Yeah. Sometimes the Intercontinental was your main event.
They're back in the day. They used to say like WWE ran 3 shows a day. You had your A
ABCs,
show,
yeah.
B, and C.
Mm-hmm.
A show was Hogan. B was probably your Intercontinental, and C
Yep.
was your tag champs.
Yeah.
But like you said, you got a champ on your show.
Yeah.
So, AEW Revolution is this Sunday, March 5th, on Fight or BR Live.
Revolution is a mystery. I don't know why Danhausen's on there.
You have Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks. JAS is banned from ringside.
Okay, so no kind of stipulation to that. Just that. There's
that they're
nothing.
banned.
They're just having a match.
I
I'm gonna
think
say
Jericho
walks out with that one. They're gonna do something.
Yeah, somebody
Who
on the
does,
show.
I think Starks wins by DQ.
Does Action Andretti join JAS?
Mm-hmm.
He seemed very heelish on the newest RJ City.
I love that, by the way.
No.
Jericho and Andretti.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the fact that Jericho put that guy over.
I'd never
It
heard of
doesn't
I can't
hurt
even
him.
try to front with you guys. I had never heard
Same
of him.
here.
No. Yeah.
Ever. Usually I have my ear to the ground on these things.
I was watching that ladder match last night, and I'm bugging my son. I'm like, who's that guy? Who's the guy wearing Jared's outfit with the bright colors?
Who was it Andretti?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
like,
okay. I didn't see the
who's the
match.
guy in the mask?
I saw the Phoenix fucking tightrope
Yeah,
jumping.
How about-
who the hell
how
was
about
that
the
guy?
Phoenix?
Oh, who was it?
That's the commander.
Command car. Yeah.
Who the hell was that guy?
He.
I have no idea who that
he
was.
made
I thought I saw a clip. I thought it was Phoenix.
That's who I thought at first
He
too.
was
It
wearing white, just the same
Yeah,
white and
same
gold like
here.
Phoenix.
It was his AEW debut, I think.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, oh, is that
Who the hell
Fuego del
would they
Sol?
do?
And he's
No,
like, no.
Franco's tiny as shit.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Commandor? Something like that.
Okay, well, cool. I
But
thought it was Phoenix, but
He
good for
made
him.
his. I think that was his AEW debut.
Yeah, they said that was his debut.
cool.
Well, no, I didn't know who he was.
The Andretti guy.
Action Andretti.
Yeah. So Jericho saw him work before. Somewhere.
He's from Philly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he's
really?
from
Oh,
Philly
nice.
guy. Yeah.
And he really liked him. That's why.
Did he ever work
on
around
that
here?
match-
That's what I know.
Dug himself. I'm telling you, I've never seen this dude.
Oh.
That's why
Never.
when him and
I feel like he came from a different universe.
Good looking
different
young kid, I mean, yeah.
multiverse.
when Jericho had that match with Andretti, he wanted to put him over because he enjoyed his work.
Cool.
So that Jericho Starks,
I think I say that Andretti kid comes in and
Are they even,
joins
why are
JS.
they feuding? I don't know what's going on lately. I haven't been watching it.
I don't know.
Because
to keep Jericho relevant.
wanted Starks and JS, and he said no and all that. So
Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy.
Oh yeah,
again.
Jungle Boy goes
No
over.
holds barred.
Has to be. This is Jungle Boy's
Christian
come
should
out.
be putting these young guys over. Yes, at this point, yes.
But I don't
Well,
care.
I mean, Christian's good. It's not like he doesn't.
No, I like Christian. I'm just
He can
saying.
still go.
and
though.
Jungle Boy doesn't need to get over.
Neither
Yeah,
does
he
Christian.
does. He does though, because he's gonna die. All right, he lost his partner, so now he's tagging with Hook. Who the fuck cares?
I don't even care
Jungle
about
Hook.
Christian and Jungle Boy had a feud, and then they didn't.
He got hurt.
Well, yeah,
Christian
they got
got
hurt,
hurt.
so they had to take a break.
So then people forgot about it. Why do they?
Because he
Well,
came back.
they
No, I think people
retold it.
remember. Yeah, I think people remember.
yeah, because he beat
This is-
Luchasaurus in the
Yeah,
cage.
this is Jungle Boy has to go over.
You have the TNT title match:
Oh,
Samoa Joe versus Wardlow.
Wardlow.
yeah, I would say Wardlow.
I think Wardlow's getting it.
Joe's gonna start working ROH
Yeah.
shots
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
Speaking of, as the day we're recording, tonight's the first night of ROH TV.
Oh, nice.
You have the tag match:
I think the Guns
Champions.
keep it.
Champions the Guns versus the Acclaimed versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. On here, they only have Jay Lethal for some reason.
That's weird.
Versus Orange Cassidy and Danhausen.
So Jarrett's working full time.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so I didn't know if he was.
I think Lethal and Jarrett are.
he's also a consultant.
Yeah, that I knew, but I didn't know if he was working full time. Okay.
I can see Lethal.
No,
I'm going Lethal
But-
and Jarrett.
if the Guns lose it, okay. What are we establishing in this tag team division? The Acclaimed were super hot, got the belts, stayed hot, and then lost them. Okay, now Guns beat them. This is their first chance to shine, and you're going to take the belts off them right away? No, Guns have to keep it.
Women's title match:
Hater,
Saraya and Ruby Soho.
Oh, that's right.
So does Ruby actually get it now,
I think Ruby gets.
Or-
Hater hasn't had it that long, has she?
or do they give it to Saraya?
no, keep it. Hater.
I guess Hater just got it the last one, didn't she?
Yeah.
But has anybody?
She's had it a couple
Jamie
months
Hayter.
now.
Jamie Hayter. Well, yeah, because each pay-per-view is 4 months apart.
But do the fans care that Jamie Hayter's the champion?
I think so.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna go with Ruby. I think.
I want Ruby to win, but I think they're gonna give it to Saraya.
The only reason I can see Ruby winning is so the whole thing is like Saraya and Tony are trying to like, hey, you're one of us. You came from, somewhere else. You deserve to be on top. And she's like, no, I'll work for my shit. That's why she's, she can also join them.
So Saraya, is they working heel? Her and Tony Storm?
Her and Tony Storm turned heel
Okay.
on
Dynamite
on
while
Sheeta.
back.
So they did the opposite. I thought Sheeta was going to turn heel.
And Hayter and Britt are face.
Wow.
But just
Hayter is your Stone Cold role, though.
She's a tweener?
She's just take on all comers type thing.
Okay.
Or
That's
Joe, I
hard
guess.
to picture Britt Baker as a face. Because she's kind of like Charlotte. Like, you just kind of don't want to like her.
Britt Baker's not a face.
But she started out as a face
Who's a face? How is she a face?
Britt's a face.
Since when?
because Saray and Jamie Hayter are the heels, kind of, sort of in the situations, I guess.
And Ruby's just, I don't like anybody at all, kind of.
I don't know.
Trios match I'm excited for.
Oh, yeah, that could be really good.
Yeah.
I still think we'll call them the Wayward Sons. They're not the Elite. I refuse to call them that.
They filed a copyright for that. I don't think it got accepted though.
How much money does Tony Khan spend on these songs? Anyway, go ahead.
Drop the best one he had. Fucking Pixies. Probably the cheapest one he got, too.
Wow, Cody's was the best.
Cody owns that, though.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
they wrote that for Cody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same-
That's
yeah.
why he has it in WWE.
That's why he still has
Same
it.
with Cardona. The same people that did Cody's song did Cardona's.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. But yeah, that's yeah, they wrote that for him.
Downstate.
So he owns it.
Downstate is the band. Trios title: The Elite versus the House of Black. I'm excited to see
I'm
that.
going House of Black.
I want House of Black. I want to see Omega and Buddy in the ring together for a little bit.
Yeah.
Whew, beautiful work.
You don't think Omega and Aleister Black could go for a little while?
Nah.
Different
Buddy,
styles.
yeah, it's a little too different. I think they could do a lot of those I counter you, you counter me shit with Buddy and Omega.
I think Brody King's going to toss the Bucks for fucking
Oh, hell
distance.
yeah.
I'm excited
I would love to see
that, yeah.
House of Black win it. They
Same
need
here.
something.
I think if House of Black wins, it's time for Kenny to go back to main event. Because I mean, you're kind of just, I don't know.
Main event against who?
I mean, get back in the main event picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just
Kenny
glad-
Kenny can be the face to
Thank goodness it's not the Lucha Bros and Pac again.
Yeah.
They don't touch each other for like 2 years. Just stay away.
You have such a deep roster of guys you can make trios, and you kept going back to the
I'm
same
saying
one.
that at best of 7. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
So many people.
How many people can't even get on TV?
Yeah.
You have well, that was because the Elite were supposed to be the champions, and then they fucked up.
Yeah.
So then they were like, I kind of don't know what to do.
Well,
Here
you can't
go.
give it to them as soon as they come back, so let's make them earn it with a best of 7. But
Yeah.
we've already seen the Bucks and Lucha Bros so many times.
I can watch that all the time. I don't care.
It does get a little
They're
much.
good matches, but yeah, it does.
Texas
That's
Death
what we
Match.
see all the time.
Moxley and Hangman.
Hangman.
Hangman, yeah.
This puts Hangman over. Maybe this is what gets Mox
another-
off TV
I can't
for a
tell
while.
who the face is, who the heel is, because they both act like heels.
They're just I'll kick whoever.
Mox was supposed to take that time off, and then they put the belt on him. Now we need to get him off TV a little. Let him give that shine to Hangman, which he's been down since losing the belt. He hasn't really been. He gets a good pop, but it's like people just don't really care.
I think him and Mox will
sort of
showcase his skills.
Dropped out of the main event
But
picture.
what if this is like, okay, you can do it all. I know you can do the Texas Deathmatch shit. So you're gonna win. I'm gonna handshake you. You're gonna take my role as being the fucking blood guy for a little, and then I'll come back later.
I think this will help Hangman prove his worth. Because, like, we don't hate Hangman, right? But we also we're not
I
like
don't care.
oh my god, Hangman.
I just don't
it's like
care.
yeah.
It's almost like a show without him doesn't really mean anything.
I'm glad they put the belt on him because it was a homegrown.
Yeah.
But
And that chase was fun to watch.
Yeah.
he's Sting.
It's fun to watch, Michael.
And then you have the 60-minute. Iron Man, MJF and Brian.
You know what I want to say, but
I think
It's not
MJF,
gonna happen.
MJF is keeping it.
yeah, how can't he?
I mean, you finally get your guy.
It better
One of your
better
cornerstones or one of your
something
pillars.
better happen that he doesn't just straight up beat Brian.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to
Is
run
this
it.
the most
I
falls
think
in
it's probably
60
gonna
minutes?
be-
Yeah, it's an Iron Man
Brett
match.
Sean,
Iron Man,
okay.
yeah.
Honestly, I think it's going to be one of those Brett, Sean.
No. You mean like go the extra?
Yeah.
Oh, overtime?
God,
Gotta go to 1 a.m.
It's a sudden death. Every fucking match is a sudden death.
But-
then
So what I think is they're
And it'll be like something fluky because I think this either last promo or one of the promos before they were saying about like the way Brian's won some matches and stuff, like MJF's going to win like with a stupid roll up or something, a cheap win.
I think it'll be like an accident, like they both fall, but MJF ends up on top.
I don't know.
But I
Yeah.
think it'll be a good match.
I sure hope they don't fuck it up.
You think MJF can handle Brian?
I don't know.
or do
man.
you-
60
or do you-
minutes is a long fucking time.
Or do you see
Can
that?
Brian do it?
I-
He's
I-
older, you know? I mean, can
And
Brian
this-
do it?
Him and Hangman did it.
Or
Yeah. No, they didn't go 60. Didn't they go 30?
I thought they went 60.
First hour of
what
Dynamite,
about
that was
this?
them, right?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So no overtime, but it goes to full 60. But for the last 10 seconds, they're both down and they both can't answer the 10 count. Because then
MJF
technically
keeps it.
nobody won. You know, so you can keep the feud going.
I don't know.
I think MJF is going over.
I think MJF will, but I don't want it to happen. I also don't want Brian to have the belt, so
Yeah.
I just want him to win. Because you don't gain anything from him having a belt.
This is
It's not going to put anybody over. It's not going to put him over. It's not nobody's right there to chase him right away. So unless it's Hangman again, but no, keep it on MJF. He needs to be a champion for a long
If
time.
Brian wins, it feeds into that, oh, look, another WWE guy got the belt.
Yeah,
They're
but
trying to
I
get
think
away from
Brian's.
that.
I think Brian's one of those guys that's not seen as a WWE guy because
he was
in
an indie.
WWE he was seen as here's one of those fucking indie guys.
Yeah.
So it's not the same thing. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just the way I see it because I started with Brian's career. Like that's where I started watching
No, I
ROH
get it.
right as he was leaving. I got a bunch of his shit with him and Nigel. So
That's why I
if
think
you're-
that, I think
if
that
you're
count
my
out
son
thing,
now-
that would be the way to go. 'Cause
He has
then
no
you
idea
can
who he
keep
is
the
until
feud going.
WWE.
yeah, I get it. So
You know,
I don't know.
I guess which generation where you're at.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I didn't know who Adam Cole was to NXT. No clue.
Yeah.
So
I think you finally have the heel of your company. You need to keep the belt on him
Yeah. Have
And then-
everybody chase him. Yeah.
because he's great at playing that.
Ric Flair.
If you want me, you gotta earn it. So you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this.
Or essentially the Roman Reigns of AEW.
But doing it, both of those guys you just admitted, you just said, they have groups around them. He's doing it by himself.
yeah.
He doesn't need to put people in front of him.
He doesn't have a group around him, but remember he has money and he pays guys to kind of like
Yeah.
get
but
in
still,
their way. So I mean, like,
What happened
but
to
that's
that? Thought he had like Sean Spears and the other group with Stokely that was.
no, he broke away from that.
Yeah, that hasn't been for a
Stokely
while.
turned on him.
Yeah, like right away.
I don't want.
Because
Sorry.
that was gonna. I
They
think
have
that was
Cass.
no, because that was going to Punk. That whole night happened. And we're gonna lead up for Punk and MJF, and after that the scrum, that all got pushed aside. So
Because remember, MJF and Punk had that
they were
bloody-
gonna. That's where all of that was gonna go.
Punk was gonna have the belt. MJF takes it from him.
Yeah.
So, I think this is probably one of the most underwhelming pay-per-views.
We say that like every time.
Yeah.
We really do. It's
Yeah.
like their builds don't get there.
Well, their go home shows are promo heavy.
Yeah. Last night, John's like, "Oh, make it home for Dynamite." I was like, "Why? It's a go home show.
Yeah.
It's fucking pointless."
Promo heavy.
Yeah.
And like you said, like their shows leaning into the pay per views. They're not like WWE get you hyped for it. But then their pay per view themselves, like if
Yeah.
you don't see it and you hear like, God damn it, I wish I would have fucking ordered it or
Yeah. Have I missed an AEW pay per view so far? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't think you have.
I think we've watched most of them together.
Yeah.
I've missed some.
The only
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss this one too. So
the only one I
We're
did.
back to Sundays. That sucks.
Yeah.
Sunday without a holiday after it. Sunday with a holiday, or okay, whatever, I understand. But Sunday without a holiday.
Yeah, what was it? Like
tough.
2 Sundays ago would have been great because it was President's Day the day after.
Yeah.
Didn't have school. Would have been great.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to do 2 on a Saturday and 2 on a Sunday.
They should do it all on Saturday. WWE has learned. Look at what they're doing.
Do it on Sundays in the summertime when they don't have school.
I guess
the
it's
next
the
day.
old school. But
Well, it's not always school. I mean, you're talking about people
Yeah, for
you know,
work,
working
yeah.
But
too.
back when WWE had pay-per-views, they were on Sundays. People still
Yeah.
watched them.
They used to have
But they also
pay-per-views.
didn't go till 12:30 at night.
Well, the Rumble did.
Mania did.
No. But no, he's saying back in the day.
Oh yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
They were like 5 to 7.
Yeah,
They were running
their
these
pay-per-views were like
giant
3
shows.
hours.
Yeah.
They went to like 11 o'clock. Every great once in a while, you might go over by like a couple minutes, but
The
not.
Mania got so big they had to make it 2 nights.
I used to be able to tape for the month the WWE pay-per-view and the WCW pay-per-view on a VHS tape. and
6
still
hours.
have room. So
Yep.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna watch it either way.
yeah, we'll see. I'm sure Sunday I'll decide. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch it. That's what I always do.
I can't. This is no point.
It's so hard. It really is. You gotta move to the West Coast. It's
He
just-
goes to bed at 9. It starts at 8. I
Yeah.
have to get there and leave.
Yeah.
Well,
Take a nap beforehand.
I think
It's not me.
the one thing too is with the AEW thing too is like being on fight and stuff. Sometimes you got a lot of problems trying
That's
to
not
get
on
on.
Fight. It's on BR.
Fight is for overseas.
Yeah, Fight is only
okay.
for
Or,
non-United States.
well, even BR. Sometimes I know.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
in the past you have had that problem.
we have. I haven't because I figured out how to get it on my smart TV now. We used to have to do the plug into the
Laptop.
computer thing.
Laptop,
Yeah. So now I can get it on my actual TV. So we're
Okay,
good.
no,
I'm
that's
good
good.
there.
So AEW Revolution Sunday, March 5th. This
Oh,
Sunday.
wait a minute.
What?
We were talking about the awards. What about our man Kevin Kelly?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Announcer.
I forgot I wanted to. Kevin Kelly, best TV announcer.
So Kevin Kelly has been doing a lot of great
Worst
things.
is Corey Graves. Come the fuck
Yeah,
on.
that's a little
Yeah.
that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
He's
the
not
worst.
that bad. I can't believe
People
that.
are so annoyed about him and Carmella.
Who cares?
But
Like,
he's
that-
doing what
a
he's supposed to
heel-
do. That's
he's
his
a heel
wife.
commentator.
Yeah.
He's talking up his wife. Like
Yeah.
King used to do that all the fucking time.
It's
With
weird,
Kat,
yeah,
yeah.
And that wasn't acknowledged. This, at least, they're going, okay. You know what? Let's acknowledge the fact. If Miz was on commentary, you would expect him to be promoting Maurice, right?
Oh hell yeah!
Well,
But
Corey Graves he's a heel. He's supposed to.
yeah,
He talks about Baron Corbin because they're buddies. I don't mind him.
Kevin Kelly has been doing a lot of great things with independent wrestling here in PA. AXW has been doing great so far. There are 2 shows to
I don't
start
think
off.
he won the award for that, though.
No.
I think it might have been for New Japan. Some of
Wait,
his
he has
great-
another job?
Yeah, some of that great work he's doing, for non AXW.
So the first 2 shows for AXW, big crowds, big turnouts.
Yeah,
This is all while doing commentary for Japan.
they call it announcing, even though that's not an announcer. It's like that other thing we said about best interview.
Yeah.
It's weirdly phrased.
Kevin Kelly
Best
is
announcer is that chick that WWE has now, right?
yeah, Ricochet's
Whose name
wife.
is Sammy also.
Yeah, her name's Sammy, because just like the chills that her doing Roman
the ring
Reigns.
announcer?
Yeah.
No, that's not Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy something, isn't it?
No, that's Ricochet's girl.
Samantha something, yeah.
Samantha Irvin.
Yeah, Sam.
Okay.
She posted a thing, or
Samantha
it was
Irvin.
somebody else that posted it, but they were like, because the crowd's chanting, Sammy, and she's like, oh, yeah, I know, I did a really good job. Thanks.
Yeah, that when she announces Roman, it feels like a boss fight.
Yeah,
it's like
it is really good.
like
That's the first time I ever heard it, and it was really good.
but Kevin Kelly does a lot of traveling between Japan, AXW. He's been doing a lot of work, and it hasn't gone unnoticed, obviously. So,
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kevin. We're proud of you.
Well, we just spent the whole episode shitting on the magazine, so.
That's the one bright spot in the magazine.
But good job for getting an award for it.
Look, Meltzer, not a fan, but Kevin Kelly is doing great things. He's been commentating for Japan for how long now?
A long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And ROH before that.
Yeah,
He was.
He went from being what did The Rock call him? Hermie.
Hermaphrodite.
Hermie. He went from being called Hermie to doing great things with ROH and New Japan. So, thank you again to our sponsors for 2023, Rise Up Nutrition, Say Cheese, Nitro Bar. We're a proud sponsor of AXW. Some events coming up. March 17th will be our first time at Three Legacies Wrestling in Lancaster, PA.
On Friday.
St. Patty's Day.
Yep, on St. Patrick's Day.
I will have something for Tommy Vex.
Won't be there.
No, Tommy Vex won't be there, but I'll have something for him. April 22nd, we will be in Harrisburg. I'm not sure. I've seen two different names of... I'm going to go with PWE, Pro Wrestling Empire, because I've seen that more. April 22nd in Harrisburg. April 29th, AXW returns to the historic Hamburg Fieldhouse for Honor Autism.
My favorite show of the year.
We're always a big part of that. We will continue to be a part of that as we'll donate something for the cause. I want to come up with a special shirt or something for that. So,
down with that.
But we have a ton of things coming up in 2023 we're excited for.
Definitely.
If you're watching AEW, hopefully you like it. Let us know how you feel about it once this video will come out on the weekend. So after you watch it, comment whether you hate it, like it, whatever. I'm going to be a father soon, so...
Yay!
Congratulations, man.
I had a scare the other day, but that's going to be new, so I'll try to balance both lives.
Yep.
I've heard it's...
Welcome
Yeah.
to the club.
Welcome to wrestling.
I'm the only
welcome
one
to
in the group
parenthood.
that doesn't know that.
Yeah.
But watch what you watch. Enjoy what you enjoy. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Later.